Now let us design an arithmetic unit. As you know that arithmetic unit and the logical unit, shift unit must be separately designed and finally clubbed. The first thing that we are designing is an arithmetic unit. Okay, let us go and design arithmetic unit. Arithmetic unit. So, what should this arithmetic unit perform? This arithmetic unit should perform an incrementing operation, a decrementing operation, an addition operation, and in addition to these things, a subtraction operation. Okay, so what we do is we separately design all these units and finally we'll club them as a single unit. Okay, what I'll do is I will first design an incrementing unit. Okay, so simply, without wasting any more time, I will tell you how to design simply an incrementing unit. Let us go design an incrementing unit. Yeah. Now, when you want to design an incrementing unit, because it is a digital circuit, first you define the expression. You know that when you want to design any digital circuit, first you must define the expression. And then you must draw it to the actual design of this specific unit. Okay. Now, the incrementing unit should perform a variable that is a plus 1. Okay. Now, what is the size of the ALU? The size of the ALU is a 4-bit ALU. Now, A must be equal to 4-digit number. That is 10, let us say 11 in this case. And a 1 should be added for incrementing. So the result will be 1 plus 1, 0. 1 will be a carry. 1 plus 1, 1. 1 will be a carry. 1, 0. 1, 0 will be the carry. 0, 1, 1. Okay. Now you can clearly see for adding, we do require a 2-bit addition at every stage. Okay. In every stage, we are going for 2-bit addition, right? So we can take the help of a 2-bit addition unit from the digital circuits. Okay. That is a half adder. There is something called a half adder, which provides us with the required thing. Here, I do require to add 2 digits at every stage. So I will take a half adder. What is a half adder? Half adder is going to add 2 digits. Okay. This is 1 digit and this is another digit. So the half adder is going to add 2 digits. So what I'll do is I will use 4 half adders to perform this 4-digit addition. Let us have a look at. This is the first half adder. This is the second half adder. This is the third one. I will draw the fourth one here. This is the fourth half adder. Okay. Now, all these half adders will get 2 inputs. Okay. The first half adder, that is, which adds the least significant bits. So the first input is A0, that is the A0 meaning the least significant digit of A, and a 1. Okay. And here we do have an output, that is sum 0, that is sum 1, that is sum 2, and that is sum 3, which will be given at every half adder level. Each and every half adder will give us an output, which is a sum of these 2 digits. So for every half adder, 1 digit will be A1, this is A2, and this is A3. Okay, second digit is, for the first half adder, the second digit is 1. And from the second half adder onwards, the carry which is generated from the first half adder will be connected to as a second input. Okay, here this is a carry is connected as a second input to this next half adder, next subsequent half adder. This is a carry which is connected to the next half adder as a second input. This is the incrementing unit. You can clearly see how this incrementing unit works. I'm going to perform a 4-bit addition. I'm going to perform a 4-bit addition. 1011 plus 1 currently I am performing. So every stage you can clearly see there is 2-bit addition. For 2-bit addition, I do require a half adder. How many digits we are adding? 4 digits we are adding. So what we'll do is, we will take 4 half adders. We will connect them together, which will make us a incrementing unit. Okay, that is, the first half adder will receive A0 and 1, second half adder A1 and the carry from the previous half adder. Next thing is A2 from the carry from the previous half adder. Next thing is A3 and a carry from the previous half adder. Okay, here we're going to get an output S0, S1, S2, S3. And if the final half adder produces a carry, it will act as either an AND carry or a output carry to the next subsequent stage. Because if you know, if you could recollect, our ALU should be of 4 stages, right? Because it's a 4-bit ALU. Okay, and our word size is 16 digit. So the ALU should be divided into 4 different stages. Okay, if it is a final stage, the carry from the final half adder will be the final carry, AND carry. But if it's an intermediate stage or the first stage, this carry will be the output carry to the next stage. And the next stage will receive this carry, and this will be acting as an input carry to the next stage. So that is all about an incrementing unit. This is how it looks in incrementing unit. This is the adder. This is an incrementer. 4 half adders. All the half adders, one input will be from A0, A1, A2, A3. 0th bit, first bit, second bit, third bit of the A will be given as an input to the 0th half adder, first half adder, second half adder, and third half adder to perform the operation from least significant digit to the most significant digit. The next inputs are from the for the half adders are 1 for the first half adder, and the 0th half adder, whatever you call, and carry will be forwarded to the next half adder. Okay, here C4, if there is a carry produced from the final half adder, it will act as an AND carry if it is the final stage, or as an output carry if it is an intermediate stage. Okay, now next see how to perform an addition. For addition, we do require a full adder, because first define addition right now. Now I want to perform addition. What is addition? A plus B. What is A plus B? A is a 4-digit number. B is also a 4-digit number. Okay, when these two are added, at every stage we should be able to add 3 digits. 0 plus 1, 1. There will be a carry 0. 0, 1, 1. 1, 0. There will be a carry 1. 1, 1. 1, 0. There will be a carry 1. 1, 1, 1 is 1, 1. Okay, so if you perform addition, I do require 3 digits need to be added. I do require 3 digits to be added at every stage. Okay, so what we do is, we will take a full adder. Okay, full adder adds 3 digits. full adder adds 3 digits, except the first stage. All the other stages requires 3-digit addition. Only for the first stage, we do not have a carry, but all the rest of the stages requires 3-digit addition, right? Now try to understand. In order to perform a 4-bit addition, I do require 1 half adder and 3 full adders, right? So that is how we are going to perform addition, and we are going to design an addition unit. Let us go and design. Let us see. I'm going to use 4 full adders. 4 full adders. Actually, at this stage, I don't require a full adder. I just require a half adder. Okay, but I'm using 4 full adders in order to maintain the uniformness. Because if I use simply a half adder, that doesn't change anything. That doesn't save me anything. If I simply use generally the statistics will tell me that at the first stage, I don't require a full adder, because at the first stage, I don't get a carry. Did you get it? So, but still, what I do is I will use full adder to be consistent, to make the circuit consistent. Okay. So what I'll do is I connected 4 full adders together. Each and every full adder receives 2 inputs. One is from A, one more is from B. A, B, A, B, A, B. Okay. A0, B0, A1, B1, A2, B2, and A3, B3. All will get added, and it is going to give us some S1, S2, S3. And every full adder is going to give a carry. This carry will be either 0 or 1, will be fed to the next full adder. Okay. So every full adder adds 3 digits. One is A and B, and one more is carry. And every full adder is going to produce 2 things. One is sum, and one more is carry. Sum will be produced here, carry will be given to the next full adder. Okay. And finally, as you know that if the final full adder produces a carry, that will act as an end carry. Okay, if it is the final stage. But if it is either a beginning stage or in the intermediate stage, try to understand. Mind you, we are adding 16 digits. For 16 digits, there has to be 4 such stages available in ALU. Let us say either it could be first stage or second stage or third stage or fourth stage. If it is the first stage or second stage or third stage, this is an output carry, which acts as an input carry at the next stage. Okay. And if it is the final stage, it acts as an end carry. Okay. So if it is an intermediate stage, I do receive an input carry from the previous stage, and I'm going to give an output carry. If it is the first stage, C0 will be 0. And I'm going to give an output carry. If it is the final stage, there will be an input carry and there will be an end carry. Because this is the final stage, this carry will not be an output carry, cannot be an output carry, because there are no subsequent stages. That is the thing. Once again, try to understand very carefully. This is a 4-bit ALU, right? But what should be the number of stages here? The number of stages must be equal to 4, because our word size is equal to 16. So I need to have 4 different stages, which can add 4 digits at a time. 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4 is equal to 16. It could be either a first stage or a second stage or a third stage or a final stage. If it is the first stage, there won't be any input carry, but there will be an output carry. If it is an intermediate stage, there will be an input carry and there will be output carry. Okay. And if it is the final stage, there will be an input carry, and the final carry is the end carry, which is the 17th digit, which is going to set the carry flag and extended accumulator. You know that if there is a 17th bit produced during any operation, this digit is going to get accommodated in extended accumulator, which is going to support accumulator with an additional digit, that is 17th digit, which also sets the carry flag in the flag register. Okay. In the next session, we're going to understand how to design an adder subtractor unit.